Emma is not bad. In fact, Emma is probably, out of every single sync pair in this update, Emma is probably the sync pair that you should go for. But I made a commitment to be the sus person who tells you to not scout for the sync pairs. So here I am in this video telling you, do not scout for Emma and Crobat and the reasons why. Let's do this! Yo yo yo, this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, Yardis Team Skull Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX, where we discuss about Emma and Crobat and why you should not scout for Emma and Crobat. But, you know, this is basically my, my devil's advocate view of this one. You know, if you want a positive outlook of these sync pairs, you can check out my February sync pairs, who to scout for video, or my 1 out of 5 or none out of 5 scouting guide if you just want one copy of these sync pairs. But in this video, I try to be as negative as possible and tell you all the reasons why you should probably skip this sync pair instead. So, before we continue guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up right now as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. You've been doing that, but you know, there are much more of you who do not do that, so I'd appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up right now. It only takes a split second to do it. Also, only 10% of you have your notifications set to all. More than 50%, 54.9% of you are not yet subscribed. If you've been watching my videos for the longest time, you have not subscribed yet, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And only 11% of you have your notifications set to on and all. So be sure to do that so that you do not miss any of my uploads. Last but not the least, leave a comment and tell me if you are scouting or skipping for Emma and Crobat. And if my points are valid, because I would love to hear your points as well. So without further ado, first off, thank you to all the members of my channel. Thank you, Aurora Espion. I forgot to include you in my last video. But now, there are members for each of my tiers. Master Ball tier, Shadow, Ultra Ball tier, Marokman, Great Ball tier, Aurora Espion, Premier Ball tier, Shido VODs, and the Pokeball tier members. Thank you everyone so much kindly for your support. And thank you as well to all the the gifters memberships. Thank you for your generosity, Ewiz, Roy, Shadowfill, and Jeremy, and to all who have received memberships. I hope you enjoy your time here. Chat with us. If you want to be to have a chance of receiving memberships, be sure to be active in the comment section, in the thumbs ups, as well as in the live chat if you see them. Also, you know, try joining other streams as well, not just in Pokemon Masters. I do stream Xenoblade as well in other games. So, join us as well as we play those games. So without further ado, let's begin guys. So, this is the timeline of events. And I can say this, I will say this now. This is the biggest reason why you should not scout for Emma. For the other sync pairs, I had lots of things to say for each one. For Emma, this slide has the most info. And the reason is that she comes out after the half of February. She comes out on February 17. The anniversary is on February 28. Just 11 days after her is the anniversary unit. Plus, if you do not have Leon yet and you are planning to scout for Leon, Emma and Leon are 1 day apart. It's sus as heck. 1 day apart, you know, Emma is a Poke Fair, Leon is a Master Fair. The chances of getting shafted is basically, I have shared my thoughts on Pokefairs. Pokefairs have a 2% chance of getting the featured unit, but sometimes 2% is just sus. Sometimes it feels like it's just 0.05%, just like, a lot of people, not 0.05, 0.5%. A lot of people I heard scouted for the Super Spotlight Seasonal Scout, where there's Palentine's Marnie, Palentine's Bay, Palentine's Dawn, and Palentine's Serena. And I've seen a lot of funny scouts, like someone got 4 Palentine's Bays when he wanted Palentine's Marnie, and then some people got shafted and so on and so forth. Sometimes Pokefairs feel like those sus rates. So the chances, it's 2%, but the chances of you getting shafted on Pokefairs might, not sure, might be worse than scouting on any of these banners. Pokefairs do not give you presents when you scout for them. So if you are unlucky as heck, you need 36,600 gems in order to scout one copy of any of these Pokefairs. So Sygna, Lysandre, Anabel, and Emma are all Pokefairs. Leon is a Master Fair. And by the way, guys, you should probably never ever do singles. Unless you are just 1 single pull or 2 single pulls away from scout points, or if you're planning to go all the way to scout points, never do singles. I mean, yes, people sometimes get lucky with singles, but the way, you get 33 scout points when you do multi-pulls, and you only get 3 scout points when you do singles. 1 multi-pull is basically 10 single pulls. Basically, if you do the math, you're better off doing multi-pulls instead. So, first 5 multi-pulls, Leon gives you presents. First 3 multi-pulls, Palentine's Mallow and Palentine's Elesa gives you presents on their regular banner. But these three Pokefairs do not give you any love. So, no love from them, no love from their banners. Just, hope that you get the correct unit. Yes, there's 10% chance of getting a 5-star unit. But Sparks are sus, You get Sparks, the chances of you getting the featured unit, 2% or maybe lower. Meanwhile, yes, 1% chance of getting Leon, but, you get presents at least. And then there's a paid route for the seasonals. 7,700 paid gems guarantees you 1 5-star. Could be them, could not be them, but 20,200 paid gems guarantees you 1 copy of either of the 2 of them, depending on which banner you scouted for. So, that's actually my biggest reason. Number 1, Pokefair rates are sus, no presents whatsoever. Number 2, she comes 1 day apart from Leon. And number 3, you are so close to the anniversary that it's better off to just hold on to your gems and maybe decide once the Datamine comes out. But then when the Datamine comes out, here's the thing. You'll probably not want Emma anymore. You probably want to get the seasonals and then the anniversary units. And then the anniversary units will be will shaft a lot of people, and now you do not have enough gems to scout for Emma, and so on and so forth. So that's what's gonna happen eventually. So make up your mind as early as now if you are planning to scout for her banner or not. Next, if you just check out how many gems we can get. There are a lot of events that have already happened. We're only getting a few more left. Team, it's the half. It's almost the first half of February. Yes, we got a lot more, a little more, but just check out my gem count video so that you can budget your gems, and you will know that we do not exactly have enough to scout for everyone. So with that, let's move on. Emma and Crobat is a striker, a strike poison type physical strike sync pair. The best thing about her is that she has nice passive skills. Head Start 2, basically, lowers the sync move countdown -2 immediately at the start of the battle. Critical sync basically guarantees that all your sync moves are gonna be critical hits, except if the opponent has critical shield, unless the opponent has vigilance. All the sync moves that you will hit the opponent are gonna be crits. And she's a striker, that means if you 6-star EX her, she's gonna hit everyone. Now, check out her sync move as we check this thing. Do not scout for Crobat and Emma so that you give justice to Lucario. Just kidding. Anyway, probably another reason is that another Crobat, I mean, probably not really a very good reason there, but another Crobat, Koga already has Crobat. Does Janine have Crobat as well? So triple Crobat? Wait, is that triple Crobat or something like that? So another Crobat, but this one is pretty good. Poison Fang, 50% chance of leaving the opponent poisoned. And once the opponent is poisoned, you unlock her buddy move. This is a 4 move gauge buddy move that will never miss and will almost always be a critical hit. And then if the opponent is not yet poisoned, has a 10% chance of leaving the opponent badly poisoned. Now, some arguments here. Buddy move, 4 move gauge, only hits 1 opponent. That is pretty hard to balance with the move gauge management. I mean, if it's a 4 move gauge buddy move, I'd rather stick to, for example, B Diamond Storm of Sygna Diantha. Was it Sygna Diantha? Much easier to use. Hits everyone, raises everyone's defense stats, lowers everyone else's defense stat. Emma just lands a critical hit, poison type attack, and that's it. 4 move gauge, very expensive. Yes, her speed stat is high at 403, but very expensive. And then, if you are out of the move gauge, there's always Poison Fang over there. But as you can see over here, her Here We Go trainer move cannot raise her critical hit rate. I've seen a video talking about me talking about critical hit rate, but I think critical hit rate is important, guys. So, she has critical sync, which guarantees that her sync move is going to be crit. B Cross Poison guarantees that your buddy move is going to be a crit, but then you have Poison Fang, which is a 2 move gauge attack, which you will probably use when you are out of move gauge. That will not be a crit. So just take that in mind, or keep that in mind. And when, you have shields for the opponent, you have a special physical shield in particular, and you use Poison Fang, if there is no crit, it will be cut in half. The damage will be cut in half, so don't expect too much damage. But, if it has a 50% chance of leaving the opponent badly poisoned anyway. But that's that, guys. You can raise your attack stat +4 for that, and raise everyone's speed stat +4, which is pretty good. In fact, as you might see over here, I'm pretty positive about this sync pair compared to the other ones. She also has Potion, which has 40% chance of recovering the HP of whoever uses it. She has bad defenses, but that is typical for a striker. So if you do not want sync pairs that fade immediately, you can go ahead and skip her. But then she also has Toxic Freebie 4, which 50% chance of giving you a free move next if you attack an opponent and the opponent is poisoned or badly poisoned. So you can use Poison Fang against a poisoned opponent or badly poisoned opponent. And if Toxic Freebie works, if it triggers, you have a free move next to use for B Cross Poison. B Cross Poison can also trigger the Toxic Freebie 4. It's just RNG here. And if you're lucky, you will never use a move gauges for B Cross Poison ever again. And that's when this sync pair is very nice to use, if you are lucky with the RNG. Her speed stat is not bad, so I don't think it's gonna be a huge problem. with the 4 move gauge, but it's just sad that, you know, B-Cross Poison could have hit everyone instead of just hitting one opponent. Let's move on, guys. So, in terms of the sync grid, as you might know, she is a Pokefair, and Pokefairs now have 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5 grids, which are pretty irritating, but let's see what they have to offer. 1 out of 5? Worthless. You got Antitoxin and Unflappable. Unflappable probably a little bit more useful, but not always. 2 out of 5, you get Here We Go, MP Refresh 2, which can maximize your attack stat and maximize everyone's speed stats if you got the MP Refresh. Here We Go, Slippery 1 can raise your evasiveness plus 1. If you got an MP Refresh and you got Slippery 1, you can max out, or you can raise your evasiveness plus 2. You got Master Healer 1 for Potion. You got Toxic Chance 3. In my opinion, this is overkill, but I guess you can get this every now and then, you know, have a higher chance of leaving the opponent poisoned. So, Toxic Chance 3 plus Poison Fang is almost guaranteed to poison the opponent. Toxic Hit Attack plus 4 and Toxic Hit Up plus 9 are, well, these are overkill. You know, I'd rather get Here We Go MP Refresh than just get these 2 tiles. Yes, they look nice. They're new kinds of tiles that never appeared before, but they are just redundant. I'd rather get the MP Refresh. Got Toxic Power 1, which powers up your attacks when the opponent is poisoned or badly poisoned. Sad that it's only 10%. Why Toxic Power 1 when we can have Toxic Power 4? You gave us Toxic 3 before. Give us Toxic Power 4 instead. Same for Virulent Toxin 2. Only a 20% increase in damage for our sync move if the opponent is poisoned or badly poisoned. The good thing about this, again, AoE sync move damage if she is 6-star EX. The bad thing is, well, low multiplier, only 20%. But Toxic Power 1 is worse. 3 out of 5, you got Adrenaline 1. You got Inertia. The higher your speed stat is, the stronger your sync move is. This is a good thing because you can immediately get speed plus 4 by using her trainer move. Poisonous Acceleration 2 basically speeds up your move gauge when there is a poison zone if you have Fall Iris. If you do not have Fall Iris, skip these tiles. You got a Potion MP Refresh 2. You got Ramming Speed. The higher speed stat is, the stronger your attack. You got Rejuvenate 6. Fills up the move gauge if you use your sync move. You got Super Toxic 4, which is another multiplier. 50% chance of giving you a super effective up next if you attack or if you successfully hit a poison opponent. So this plus Toxic Freebie 4, you know, super effective up next is basically like a 150% increase in damage. So I guess this is okay. I mean, you see Toxic Power 3 at the bottom after that, which is much better than the Toxic Power 1 at 2 out of 5. And then you have 2 tiles that power up your sync move. Okay, here we go with 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5, you got Here We Go Catalytic Kick 9. When you use Here We Go, you gotta speed up the move gauge, which is not really that important in my opinion. You got a nice Ruthless Toxin 9. Every single time you attack a badly poisoned or a poisoned opponent with Emma, you get to lower 2 stat ranks of either attack, defense, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness. This is a nice tile, but locking it at 4 out of 5 is just expensive, and they just want us to wail for Emma for this tile. It's pretty sad. If you want to support DNAs, 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5 grids, then here you go, you can do this. If you do not want to support it, probably just get 1 copy or do not get any copies of Emma at all. And at 5 out of 5, you got Venomous Sync all 9. Which if you use your sync move, everyone will get poisoned. Honestly, I do not see the reason you want to get this one. This is an expensive tile. And you have a high chance of poisoning the opponents anyway using your Poison Fang. Why do you want to get Venomous Sync 9? Sync all 9. I mean, if you want 5 out of 5 tile, probably give us Virulent Toxin 9 or Virulent Toxin 11, 15, whatsoever. Replace it with this one, and that would probably convince me to scout for her rather than give a worthless Venomous Sink all 9 here in 5 out of 5. And then Team Evasive Maneuvers 4 is also a good thing, but I'd rather get Team Evasive Maneuvers 9 so that when I attack an opponent, every single time I attack an opponent, I have a 50% chance of raising everyone's evasiveness stat. Again, I'd prefer it to be 9 so that it's a 100% chance of raising everyone's evasiveness, and if that happens, that is good. Plus, she can lower the opponent's accuracy with 4 out of 5 Ruthless Toxin 9, but it's RNG. So, those are the tiles. How expensive is the grid? Let's check it out right now. Here we are with Poma Tools, guys. So, this is a 5 out of 5 grid. Let's quickly get the multipliers first. So, you got Virulent Toxin 2. It's immediately here. Very easy to get. You got Inertia. You got Super Toxic 4. 50% chance of giving you super effective up next. I want to kind of get this one. And can I actually get the Trainer Move MP Refresh? Can I get this or this? And then from here, can I get, how do I get Inertia? So I go here, here, and maybe here. I still have energy for this, but I do not have enough for Super Toxic 4. I think if I go for this and this, I have -6 energy. Probably we have to skip this, or probably we can skip this Trainer Move MP Refresh to have someone else raise our speed stat or attack stat instead for this one. Probably we can get a Ruthless Toxin 9, but we have to sacrifice another tile for this one. How about we sacrifice this? We sacrifice Toxic Power 1. Can we get this instead? Okay, we sacrifice one Sync Move power-up tile. We got Inertia. We got all these tiles in one line over here. We got Super Toxic 4 for a 50% chance of super effective up next. That's a 150 times multiplier, or 150% multiplier. We got Ruthless Toxin 9 so that we can lower the opponent's stats when they're poisoned. We got Virulent Toxin 2, and those are the Sync Move multipliers over here. In terms of attack move multipliers, there are a lot. So we got Toxic. We got Toxic Power 1, we got Toxic Power 3, we got where is Ramming Speed over here. Pretty expensive. We probably should get Inertia. How about we get this? This. We still have enough energy for this one. So maybe get this, and that's it. Those are the things. I was not able to get Team Evasive Maneuvers 4, which I really wanted. And Team Evasive Maneuvers 4 is at 5 out of 5. So basically, we are not getting 5 out of 5 grids. We are getting 4 out of 5 grids. So what can we do to get this? Probably a Ruthless Toxin. How about we go for this? We go for this. We have 5 energy left, and we can probably get another tile for this one. Just a random tile, probably attack, probably this, or something like that. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. Again, expensive. If you were to give us DNA, we have said this already in past videos. If you want to give us 5 out of 5 grids, better give us enough energy to get all those tiles, because we're not getting enough energy for those tiles. And that's why you should probably, send feedback to DNA, guys. Right now, I said this also in another video, it's just the Pokefairs that are getting 5 out of 5 grids. And they are experimenting. They came up with 3 Pokefairs together with 5 out of 5 grids. See how many people will scout. If enough people scout, they will do that with the Master Fairs. Because The 5 out of 5 grids are coming to fair exclusive units. Poke Fairs and Master Fairs are fair exclusive units. So, there's always a chance that eventually, you know, Leon does not have Gigantamax tiles in his grid right now. There's no Leon upgrade tile. So wait till suddenly anniversary comes, Datamine, Leon gets a 5 out of 5 grid upgrade. Gmax Wildfire Power plus 100. 5 out of 5 or something like that. Suddenly gets another multiplier. His multipliers are not that impressive. Gets another multiplier, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5. You know how hard it is to get Master Fairs. And if Master Fairs get 5 out of 5 grids, and those grid tiles actually make a difference. You know, there's no... You are not required to go above 3 out of 5. 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5 are mostly overkill. But what if there is an important tile later on at 4 out of 5, at 5 out of 5? What if DNA decides to increase the difficulty of the game and say that you can finally not finish this stage without getting this sync pair or getting this sync pair to this move level? So, some things to think about, guys. But that is that. And now we move on to the stats. So, Emma has the highest speed stat out of the bunch and the lowest defense stat. In terms of special defense, Sygna Lysandre is a little bit worse. In terms of HP, it's pretty okay. Attack, high. And yeah, highest speed stat. But speed is not everything. Stats are not everything. And in terms of the multipliers, you can see over here, you got a super effective up next, 3 out of 5. Virulent Toxin 2 at 2 out of 5. Inertia 3 out of 5. Ramming speed, super effective up next. Toxic Power 1 and Toxic Power 3 are at... Everything is within 3 out of 5. So, you can maximize Emma at 3 out of 5. Unlike Sygna Lysandre, who gets a multiplier at 5 out of 5, Emma is much more decent. And speaking of which, we do not exactly have a lot of poison types in the game. And not a lot of poison types that can be 6-star EX. Yes, probably the strongest poison type you're looking at right now is Sygna Giovanni, a triple type, steel, ground, poison. You got Lucre, but Lucre is just ordinary. You got Plumeria, Plumeria is so 2019. You got Folk Iris, who probably a lot of people have skipped because she's a seasonal. Emma is okay. Emma has her quirks. As I said, Emma comes one day before Leon, so you probably want to skip her. But Emma, overall, out of the 6 after analyzing each one, earlier my ranking of Sygna Lysandre was 1. I changed my mind. Emma is number 1. Just because we do not have a lot of poison types, and we have so many fire and water types that do you even need Sygna Lysandre? But I'm being too positive. Let's get negative again. Let's talk about, not yet that one, let's talk about the damage calculation. So over here, this is what Jack came up with. Emma has the highest DPS or damage in terms of everyone, in terms of attacks. And this probably be cross poison. Take note, 4 move gauge attack again. And one opponent has to be poison. At least one opponent has to be poison. You have to time this pretty well. If you get Toxic Freebie 4, you're lucky you can use this unlimited number of times. But that's that. In terms of sync move, she has pretty decent sync move at number 4. And she can give herself super effective up next. She cannot give Poison Zone. So if you have Poison Zone, it will be stronger. Iris is at number 1. Number 2, you got Marnian Toxic Rope. No 6-star EX yet. So if she gets a 6-star EX, probably will be better. Number 3 is actually Koga. And number 4 is Emma. Emma is higher than number 5, Janine. who is a texting pair. Number 6, Lucy is also a texting pair. Number 7 is Luker. And if you see Luker 8,251,000, you got Emma at 10 million something something something. You only need to raise your speed stat by 2 more stat ranks, because you can only max out speed at 4 unless you get the MP refresh. And super effective up next, we have tried to get that Virulent Toxin 2. You just have to poison the opponent. And that's that. Just maximize her attack stat and you will be able to deal quite impressive damage with Emma. Why should you not scout? Again, you know, I sound like a broken record repeating this. 1 day apart, 11 days apart from the Datamine, from the anniversary. Pokefair rates are sus. Well, if you have Fall Iris, then you should probably... I don't know. Tell me if you scout for Emma or not. But I gave my reasons why you should scout and why you should skip. And overall, if you want the anniversary units, you should probably skip. Do not scout for Emma if you want to get the anniversary units, because Emma might shaft you. And again, if Emma shafts you, don't say I didn't warn you. That is 36,600 gems down the drain. But if you're willing to take that risk, Emma will be a nice addition to your Singpair roster. So don't say that I talk complete trash and suddenly you see me scouting for her. Yes, I'm still scouting, but here I am trying to give you 2 options, 2 viewpoints, whether you want to scout or not. But eventually, it's all up to you, because you have to scout for your faves instead of the meta. Go for your favorites and not what people tell you to do. I'm just here to be sus and give you some other opinions and other viewpoints here of this Singpair. And with that said, that is the end of my Do Not Scout video for Emma and Crobat. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. And if you did, don't forget once again to hit the thumbs up and make a new YouTube account. Hit the thumbs up with that account. Subscribe with that account. Leave your notifications on with that account. Leave a comment with that account and tell me how much, if you're scouting, if you want a new poison type, or if you want her but you do not have enough gems for her. That's a different story. But by the time she comes out, we'll be getting 3,000 gems from the retweet rally of the Kalos villain arc. So we got 3,000 gems. If you see that, don't, immediately set your mind, okay, I need to use these gems immediately, because that is the biggest recipe for disaster. Decide, think carefully before scouting, because, what is that? What is the term? Just, impulsive behavior gets you into trouble. And with that said, I am done, guys. I would like to give a huge shout out again to all the members of my channel, especially my gifters over here. Thank you, Ewiz, Roy, Shadowphil, and Jeremy, for your awesome generosity. And a huge shout out again to my members, especially my 1-year members, Shadowphil, Alcin, and Roy. Thank you for 2 years rather. 1 year, Luca, Jeremy, Sastri, Marcella, and Kosei. Thank you so much. And thank you, Ultra Bolts here, Marokman, Great Bolts here, Aurora Espion, Premier Bolts here, Shido Vods, Pokeball Tears, Ewiz, Tatsuya Gold, Apsaras, Message Espilgam, Kundan, and Pokefriendo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, be active so you can get memberships for free. And if you want to become a member, support me for as low as $1 a month. My class destroyed my phone. There's a crack. There are major cracks. It's probably not visible. There you go. There are so bad cracks over here. And now I have this unnecessary expense to repair this phone, because it was not my fault. And I need this phone to record masters. So if you want to help me out, well, you know what to do. With that said, I am done, guys. Good luck on your scouts if you're scouting. This is Sol, also known as Spielgum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. You're this Team Skull Grunt. I will see you in the next video. Stay sus. Rawr.